Yo, check, mic check, a microphone record. Desmond, King of the Pit TV signing in. Yo, people. Oh, I'm a hustler, baby. I'm not gonna lie. I've taken a little minute off of doing these reactions. To you lovely people, it might seem like I've been on and on and on and on and on. But I went and broke my laptop. Had to find a way of getting my laptop fixed. Apple were gonna charge me like I got billed over 600 quid to sort out my laptop screen. I had to blag a freebie, people. Had to blag a freebie. So I'd paid nothing for it, just had to wait it out. Yo, I'll tell you what, it was a stressful situation, but I have to be very careful with this thing now. Because I can't be paying that money out. I'm looking forward to getting back to it. We're back on Slayer. Yo, I said I'd be doing the discography of the whole Big Four. Everyone's been telling me that Anthrax's first record is a slog, that it's not that good. So I'm a bit scared to get into it, to be honest with you. So I'm on the second Slayer record already when I should have done the Anthrax first record by now. But yeah, by the time you see this, I've probably done Anthrax. So who knows, right? But you know what it is. We're listening to Hell Awaits, the second studio record by Slayer. I'm looking forward to this one. We're starting off with the title track, Hell Awaits. 7 tunes on this. Only 7 tracks, yeah? What else is there to say? If you want to get full access to all of the albums, months if not years before they're actually released, the link is down in the description. Support independent creators and extreme music fans. Let's get on to it. I might be a little bit hushed. I gotta keep it down a little bit. I'm not at my place at the moment. Just doing a little bit of recording externally. There's people around me and whatnot. But this is the title track, Hell Awaits. Let's get straight in. Let's go. I might even start sipping a little bit tonight, people. You know, we're having a good weekend this time around. Right, so we've got a little fade in. Have I got the volume really quiet or what? Or is it that slow a fading? Okay, we're swelling. Volume swell. Shout out to all the metalheads. Fucking Slayer. I used to listen to this record, you know, back in the day. It's going to be a little bit alien to me now, but I used to really like this record. I mean, I listened to this more than a decade now. Or at least it feels that long. One moment, people. And now back to your scheduled programming. Bada bing! Hell Awaits, let's go. Still remember these riffs. Well, I say that, I didn't remember that little fill there. One moment, people. That's a bit better. Heavy metal. There's an incredibly organic production onto this. The drums in particular, when them toms were getting hit at the start, it just sounded so undoctored. There is a little bit of a thinness though to the production as of so far, which it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I'll have to pay attention to when the whole instrumental comes in. But the guitars are, you know, they're not beefed up. Yeah, I mean, I know it's Slayer, right? And I like Slayer, but as an introduction, it's pretty average in my opinion. I know it's blasphemous, but it's pretty average in my opinion. That most bands could do an introduction like this, I think. I mean, as far as the tension that's built, maybe not, because there is a good atmosphere and build up. But as far as the actual riffs go, they're not amazing. Come on. Here we go. This is where we're going.
Existing on their mission and the priests I never know. Doing such a bomb show of power on the throne. Angels fighting angels, so you still die by the soul. I need just healing on the side to get the one called low. They can't get out our way, never see. There's no...
Right, let me just say. The production makes sense when the vocals come in. Before them vocals come in, you think, where's the power? Where's the power of this audio? But then vocals take up so much space and are so bold without drowning out the instrumental, which is absolutely brilliant. Now we're hearing Slayer. Now we're hearing the thrash metal. Come on.
I need just healing on the side to get the one called low. They can't get out our way, never see. There's no fun faces for me. I can take a lost soul from the grave. Jesus knows soul cannot be saved. Crucify your soul, call on it, soon she'll follow me. The soul down to God fell the slave for me eternally.
I really like this style of thrash metal riff where it's not the power chords, it's just the hammer-ons and the pull-offs. It's like what Megadeth did with Holy Wars. You know what I mean? The dun, 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 dun. I think deathcore took a page out of that book later on. Man, I mean, metalcore, deathcore, all of it derived from Slayer, right? Basically.
Without the dark gates, the same comes home. The demons feed the birds while the devil feed the roam. The illusion of the night, there's several ways to go. Each leads to the burning hole that loses my control. Reason many things to think of dawn. Satan sees the afterlife not fall. Stop the screaming souls cry out to you. Take time and offer nails, your life is through. Praise your moon when it's round. That's what you show them about. For what you see for can't be
Here we go.
found. And see what's got on underground.
Slayer must have paid good money for their album artwork back in the day. Unless they just happen to know great artists, because the Slayer artwork is really fantastic. I mean, this is a very unique, original painting, what we've got as the artwork, and it's incredibly bold, and it really suits the production, in my opinion. Suits the project.
The flames of Hades burn soft, your soul should never rest. The gates of hell I wait now to see. There's no fun to me. soul cannot be saved. Sacrifice the lives of all, I know this is a lie. The soul damned to rot in hell, keep the fire going deep inside.
Quite a catchy riff as well, innit? Don't, don't, na na. Clean fill there at the end. I also like the guitar. Bloom, 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 bloom. Them slides there. That was cool. That was hella weights. I mean, once the thrash kicked in, we just didn't stop, did we? Lombardo were just skanking. Is it Lombardo on this? I think it is, innit? He just skanking. Let's keep it moving. The next tune we've got is entitled Kill Again. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget the rest. Now Desmond, D-Rod, King of the Pit TV signing in. This one's Kill Again. It's track 2. We're listening to Hella Weights by Slayer, the full record. Man, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. I'm enjoying my weekend, spending the night with you lot. Let's get straight into it. Kill Again. Patreon, down in the description. Let's go. Slayer, ahead of their time, have... Well, I say ahead of their time. What year was this brought out? 85. Was death metal like an actual thing by now? I know the terms death metal were used in 85, but we didn't have death metal bands, right? Because this riffing... Slayer were thrash metal, but not in a conventional sense. I think the way they utilized heavy metal and blended it in with the thrash created a great sort of indirect death metal sound for the band. Because this sort of riffing to me is... I'd like to say it was more death metal than thrash. I mean, the drumming is thrash metal in it, but... Well, I don't know. This sounds like death metal, doesn't it? Bass, boom, 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 just hitting the one note on each, well, on each note. Music, theoretic individuals, you tell me what I'm trying to say. Leave a comment. Yo, when I start stumbling and bumbling, yo, just translate it for me in the comment section, people. Come on. Oh, some guy was giving me grief. I just had to respond. Let's get back to that because I think this is a selling point right here. This is a USP. This is a unique selling point. Come on. Best riff so far. It's getting a rewind. We're getting a bullet. Come on. Rewind. Yeah, I'd be moshing at this point. I'd be going side to side. I don't care if it's a metal gig. Everyone's getting punched in the head. Come on. Sounds brilliant to say he's just tapping on that closed hi-hat. It is a closed hi-hat, right? What we're hearing. Or maybe, you know, open ever so slightly. Come on. Fantastic riff.
Blood flow free, hatred growing stronger. Not survive my wrath. Suffer from the throb pain. Yield your life to me. No more killing, killing, yeah. Survive the middle fast, lean on to the end. But I've got the battle of the ring, many men. I'm a battle, many, yeah.
Got a big guitar solo coming up right now. Key change. Seen Slayer live a couple of times, you know. Seen him live a couple of times. Man, I mean, obviously I didn't see him in the 80s, didn't see him in the 90s. Yo, they didn't slow down with age, did they, Slayer? Did not slow down whatsoever in age. Incredible live performances. Great pits, if you like your push parties and all of that. Absolutely brilliant. But so we listened to Show No Mercy. Is that the name of the let me bro, I have to double check these things, right? Just to ensure. Show No Mercy studio albums. I don't think we heard one of these. Maybe in the very last track we heard something alike. If it was a while since we listened to it. Is this the very first Tom Araya scream we hear in Slayer's catalogue or studio record catalogue? Dude, it hits on the perfect riff, doesn't it? The perfect riff.
Only son,
I don't even care how much you want to listen to the rest of the track. It's a rewind from me, people. That is so good. Yo, I've done like 1,200 videos on this channel so far. And that has got the most rewind out of anything I've ever listened to. That is so good. Ethan says top 5 Slayer songs. It's one killer riff after another. Yo, is anybody commenting on the Scream? Is anyone commenting on the Scream? Come on now. And it's Dave Lombardo on the drums. Sick. I never realised how crazy 258 is until now. When is 250? Ah, he's not speaking about what I'm after. Araya went to my high school and there's a big painting of him in the cafeteria room with the Hella Weights background. What? 3 replies. What school is that? Bell High School, California, according to Google. Are you joking? Catch his chorus in... Why is nobody... 326, amazing. Metalhead 640. Screw the solo, man. Screw the solo. Oh, yo, can you see when I go to it, yeah? Most replayed. That one section, 354. Let's have a look. Most replayed. One of a kind.
Kid full of brains, his only son. Want to see if them dies. Fatherly dismemberment. Drink the pure and blood. Unrelenting need to kill. Death upon you now. Anxiously awaiting next in line. No ceremony, killing, yeah. So I'm a little lost behind to the end. But I've got the battle of the ring really men.
I think this section is an underwhelming riff, personally. Awesome, awesome, fantastic. Rewind Central. We got At Dawn They Sleep coming up next.
We chose Shopify because for us it was the...
King of the Pit TV signing in. At Dawn They Sleep. We're listening to this. Is track number 3 of Hella Weights by Slayer. Yo, I got excited last track. 6 minutes 17. Let's go. Patreon down in the description. Support. Go on. Some cute harmonies there. Death metal sound. That bass sounds death metal. It sort of sounds like a fretless to me. Sounds like a tech deafy sort of tone and production on the record. Sounds like Obscura. Da da da. Bit of a hooligan riff. Da da da. Da da da.
Awaken, I have become. Light not slips away. Manipulates your mind. Darkness is my flame. Taste the sins of hell. The blood that I shall crave. The last thing that you see.
Benito Duran says their most evil and sinister sounding record. Interesting perspective.
It's the hunger in my eyes. Blood-sucking creatures of the night. That turtles back to hiding from the light. Cries screaming at you every fight. Eagerly awaiting what? Apparitions from the pits of hell. That question which they dwell. The men and lust, the secrets they must keep. Addicted to your blood. And down the street. they drown. They've been lost, secrets they must keep, addicted to your blood, and don't sleep.
Sorry people, so far I've got no real commentary to be making on the music. It's a bit bog standard, a bit heavy metal, guitar solos. I mean, I've got nothing to comment on. Someone commented on an AC/DC one giving me grief because I paused it like during Angus Young's solo, and these solos don't interest me. I want to hear thrash, I want to hear riffs. I'm a riff head. I like the rhythm guitars, me. Lewis says, hard to deny Slayer's influence on death and black metal. I'll give that a thumbs up, definitely. In death metal mostly, not really black metal. There's a heavy grimness that comes with some of Slayer's music that definitely influences black metal. I don't know why people would deny that. Badass. Somebody says there's a great breakdown in this. Coming up. Here it is. This is hardcore. Oh, you can tell riffs like this is where Power Trip got a bit of influence as well. This is a riff that Power Trip had sort of right around, because this would be a great mosh riff in a hardcore event.
Beware the image of the sea, stuck in the soul, your constant deed. It is a damnation, your just reward, a servant of our Lord by your accord. March up.
We got any Power Trip fans here today? Leave a comment down below.
The fall, impalement in immortality score. Rise, hold fast your faith. July, torment, certain death.
They really allow the bass to shine on this record. The bass guitar is really clear and has the right volume, to be fair with you. I don't know why the bass guitar is so low in the mix, generally speaking, regarding music of this time. 80s. You heard that bass? You can clearly hear the bass melodies, and you just can't hear that in half of the productions nowadays. I love how there's only 7 tunes on this record. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't see that too often nowadays. I mean, now we're in a singles market as far as how bands put music out. Generally, it's all singles, and if they do a record, it's very rare you'll have as little as 7 songs on there. But it's, you know, there's no overkill. There's no 12-minute, 15-minute onward, like, epics on here. They all are adequate song lengths. For me, at least. This is my opinion. And it's just really concentrated effort. It's really brilliant. It suits me. Because we're verging ever close to an EP. EP's like 5 songs, right? If that. We're 2 songs over. And we're, you know, really maxed out at 6 minutes 41 with Crypts of Eternity. That's the longest tune. I remember this bit speeds up, doesn't it?
Implants along the brain of the sickening parasite.
We've got kill. Kill, I think that's what he's saying, isn't it?
Linked together by one tree, a hell for me.
Sounds like crass. This sounds punk rock.
The kill, 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 kill.
Headband. Solo.
Mercy from the hellish truth, taking flight, Mr. Knight, in the skies for rate of death. Swooping down the shadow sky, taking symptoms, leaving forms, shed the wings to strike the mortal man.
This is Dave Lombardo's favourite Slayer song.
Lost the shelter to your veins, Italian soldiers struck the prey, leaving corpses waiting for the chain. Blood dripping from the jaws of death, not enough to satisfy, they must bring the soul of life.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Love that little snare build up there just to finalise and cadence it off. We've got Praise of Death coming up next. Honestly, that wasn't my favourite Slayer song. I thought it drags a little. It's good as track number 3 on a 7-track record to fill in the gaps between the thrash, if Praise of Death, you know, is a thrash metal tune. But nah, I like the blazing speed when it comes to Slayer, or at least the mid-tempo chug, traditional-esque thrash riffing. That bit, I'm not the biggest heavy metal fan in thrash. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily like heavy metal riffs in thrash metal. Let's go. We got track number 4, Praise of Death, coming up. Let's keep it moving. There's King of the Pit TV signing in. Praise of Death. This is track number 4 of 7 off of Hell Awaits by Slayer. Fucking Slayer. Yo, let's jump straight into it. You know where we're at. Come on. Straight into that, eh? This is one of Slayer's best songs and it is very underrated. It seems that Hell Awaits as a whole by Slayer is an underrated record because we're having that comment on each and every song on this record. People saying it's underrated, it's underrated. JH says some of their albums are better than others, but nothing they have done tops this one. 2 minutes in gives me chills down my spine. And Incognito says still one of the most diabolical albums of all time. What a great comment.
Kill at once, time to prevail. Begin to crack, feel the rush. Stop the rage into the stream. Push and fall, overkill. Time to die, no way to win. Stricken to live, hell on
That's super punk. It's like doom 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 doom. 4 notes, super punk. If it wasn't tremolo pick single notes and it was power chords, it'd just be hardcore punk. Quality. Incognito says this is easily the most Slayer of all the Slayer albums. Pure, unadulterated evil captured straight up on analog. In my books, nothing will ever top this for 1985, and there were a ton of kick-ass albums that year. This guy knows what he's on about. And Robert Walker refers to Possessed Seven Churches. I listened to Seven Churches. I've done a reaction. Probably be out before this. I don't think Seven Churches comes close to this sound. No way. This is a real mature metal sound. This is such a matured band by this point. I don't think Seven Churches comes close. Where are we going? Where are we going? What we got coming up next? Thrash metal? Guitar solo again? Mid-tempo? Where are we going? Atmosphere till the end? Where are we going? It won't be atmosphere, it can't be. Too long a section to play. That was sick. Yeah, that was sick. That was praise of death. Right. Let's keep moving. Come on. Des, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're finishing off the Slayer record. This is Necrophiliac. When I say we're finishing it off, I mean we're on track 5 of 7. As always, if you want to get ahead of the game and get access to all my full album commentaries, the link is down in the description. Let's get straight into it. Come on.
fun stuff right. In my mind, the horror lives, the fear down deep inside. Relentless loss of rotting flesh, the distribution lies. Healing horror, Satan's wrath, after that soul demise.
Not much theatric value to the vocals on this. Very direct, storytelling-esque, very concentrated. You can hear the words and the syllables pop.
Burning down our dream of light, the soul cannot be free. Not given the chance to rot in hell. Satan's cross points to hell, the earth I must not come on. The passion goes to feast upon the frozen blood inside her. The feel the urge, go in need, the fucking simple call. But that can be the bitch's soul life, drink demonic love.
That's the sort of riff that every bloody metalcore band nicked. That's the Slayer riffing that all of the metalcore bands ripped off. All of the hardcore metalcore bands. That was Shattered Realm 101. I think the delay on the vocal is absolutely brilliant. Those gallops are brilliant. They're the first gallops we've heard on the record. That rhythm guitar. And then you've got that slow bum, ba-dum, lead guitar over the top, which is tasty. Good tune, good tune. Is that the shortest one on the record at 3 minutes 46? It might possibly be. Yeah, shortest tune on the record. Some great riffs in there. The vocal line was really cool. I like the vocal line on that a lot. We got Crypts of Eternity coming up next at 6 minutes 41. Longest, shortest track followed by the longest track. Let's go.
Block plus. Block plus.
There's King of the Pit TV signing in. This is track 6 of 7. We're listening to Hell Awaits by Slayer. This is Crypts of Eternity. She's alright, isn't she? Come on now. Crypts of Eternity, let's go. Give him a yes, give him a now. Give him a yes, now, bless now. little bit underwhelming. I was wanting to just get straight into the push party, bloody thrash riff right there.
Perish to the sand, master of the black
Little bit
and dark,
underwhelming.
living his decree. Finds amongst the seven gates, searching for the keys. I have seen the dark depths of hell, sorcery beyond the witch's spell.
I have seen the darkest depths of hell. Sorcery. What was it? Beneath the witch's spell.
Sorcery beyond the
Sorcery beyond.
witch's spell.
Well, it's a good line.
Round the crypts of death, eternity. Kill the priest and curse aim endlessly.
Pouring one out for Hanneman here.
Chants of evil incantation fill the murky night. Free the devil's knights of hell, unleash the growing spite. Directing power forcibly, the fire of hell's cast. Resurrect from curse of death, a demon from the past. I have seen the dark depths of hell, sorcery beyond the witch's spell. Rob the grips of death, eternity. Kill the priest and curse aim endlessly.
That's one of the things I really liked about Slayer. The individual note riffing they did, or at least the fills of the riff. Dun, 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 dun. That sort of stuff I really like. I really like that. A lot of variation in this song. There's been a lot of variation on the record, but this song in particular has been going all over the place. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Mark Lawless states that 354, this solo inspired all Morbid Angel and Trey solos. 354. That's this solo now. Is this true?
With fear, violent deal.
445, greatest metal scream of all time. Oh my gosh. One of Slayer's most technical tracks in the epic array. Scream up for, oh my god. This is going to be good. Oh, it's coming up as well. This is going to be really good.
Broken steel. Ow. Hell. Devil comes searching for your fear. So, still you're not eager to see your face. Oh, the liar.
Yo, it wasn't as good as the one in Kill Again. Was it in Kill Again? Was not as good as that. No replay value for that one. I'll be real with you, right? A little too progressive for my tastes, that tune. A little too progressive, too much movement going on, too many different ideas. Should have stuck to the point on that one. Not my favourite tune. Let's finish the record off. We've got Hardening of the Arteries coming up next. That sounds hard as hell. Come on. There's King of the Pit TV signing in. Finishing off Hell Awaits. This one's entitled Hardening of the Arteries. Let's finalise this mofo. Yo, if you want to check out all the album commentaries I do months before they're uploaded, link is in the description. Support your boy, let's go. Let's finish the record.
Fear is wild, the face of the world. Hatred the sky dead bright. Death the show, the future is black. While if does not bleed there. Spectres of youth await the moment. The mouth is sure and precise. Cover the grips of all mankind with home and hope. Be gone, sadistic mind. Deleted death. I took the light. Malicious world. Christian youth try to fade. The sabotage the consciousness. Our new life must perish below. Existence now is futile. Decrepit breath. Fire in its skin. A world is decay. There's nothing in that one. Sadistic mind. Deleted death. I took the light. Malicious world.
I mean, I'm not a guitar maestro, a gear maestro, but hearing that where the guitar cuts out, they sound like fixed strings that are being used, right? Sounds like there's a little bit, there's a density to them strings. Anybody know what gauge of string was used by the guitarists of Slayer during this period, or any period in particular? So are we bookending the record? Have we got the intro and the outro? Where does this go? Because we've got plenty of time left on this track. Where does this go? Does this fade out potentially? Right, it was interesting. Yeah, let's just talk about the record for a second. I think the record was good. I think it's very unique. I think the atmosphere is one of a kind. From the music, the production, to the artwork, it really puts a spell on you. It really encapsulates the evil energy I associate with this band. And I know, you know, I mean, half of it is theatrical, but they do a really good job at illustrating Satan and that sound better than the majority of black metal bands, if not better than all black metal bands and so forth. Do I think this is a better record than Show No Mercy? I don't know. Show No Mercy had some great tunes and a great energy to it. That this album, I think the production value deducts from the energy, but gives it great atmosphere. I think it was a fantastic record, definitely. I'm not gonna put the record down as far as the quality goes, but in comparison to Show No Mercy, if you asked me a decade ago, I'd say Show No Mercy was nowhere near as good as Hell Awaits. But now I'm older, I preferred the energy I got in Show No Mercy in comparison to this. But regardless, Hell Awaits, that was it. It was a fantastic record. I really appreciate there just being 7 tunes on there. No time wasted. Very consistent record. And I'm looking forward to moving on to the 3rd record. Let's keep things moving. I'm signing out. King of the Pit TV. One love.